Hi everybody, I'm Dan Appenfeller. I'm the managing editor here at the Diamondback. I'm filling in for Mike King, our editor-in-chief, and I'm here with Terps football beat reporter Daniel Gallen and Terps football columnist Aaron Kassenitz, and we're going to talk to you today about the Terps' upcoming game at Florida State. Now, Daniel, the Florida State has this redshirt freshman quarterback phenom, Jameis Winston. He's getting a lot of hype. What do you think the Terps are going to have to do this weekend?
I think the Terps are really going to have to shut down the Florida State wide receivers. I know Winston's a great quarterback, he's had a great year, but if he doesn't have anyone to throw to, it'll be really hard for him to get his job done. You know, he can make plays with his legs, and the Terps showed against Old Dominion with Taylor Heineke that they were content to let quarterbacks pick up yardage on the ground, but I think the key to shutting down Winston will be to shut down the wide receivers.
Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, it really puts the defense in a tricky situation, because if you attack Winston too hard, he's going to escape the pocket and make a play. So I think the big thing is really going to be getting him down. Once you collapse the pocket, you have to be able to tackle him. He's a big guy. If you saw last week against Boston College, he broke 2 tackles on one play through a 55-yard strike for a touchdown. He can do that. And yeah, he's a freshman, but he has a lot of confidence. And he's playing at home this week at Doak Campbell Stadium, which is going to help him out.
And Doak Campbell's a huge point. The Terps are 0-11 when playing down at Florida State in Tallahassee. What do you think is going to be their biggest challenge, Daniel?
I think that it's just going to be being in that hostile environment. You know, they went to UConn and played in front of more than 38,000 people that weren't really happy with Randy Edsall. So they've already had their taste of, you know, the hostile environment, but I don't really think anything compares to Doak Campbell Stadium. I think in the ACC, the closest comparison would probably be Death Valley at Clemson. But this team is young. You know, some of them haven't been to Florida State before. You know, Chief Osceola coming out on the horse. You don't really know what to expect, and you don't know how to react. So I think that they'll just have to stay composed, and if things start to go bad a little bit early, that they just have to keep it together.
And what's this team going to have to do down there this weekend?
Right, so Daniel mentioned that they have to stay composed, and a big part of that is going to be the communication despite the crowd noise. The team has been practicing with music blaring and using speakers to try and simulate what it's going to be like. C.J. Brown, he's a veteran. I think they'll handle it well. But it's going to be really tough for them to make play calls and stuff like that. And really just having the confidence, because this is a very good team they're playing. It's going to be a huge challenge.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do to simulate that atmosphere. And Danny, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? What's your prediction?
Yeah, I've been struggling with this a lot. You know, Florida State gave up 34 points to Boston College, but they also scored 48. The Terps can score a lot of points, and they don't give up that many. But Florida State, they're about 15, 16, 17 point favorites, and I think I'm going to have to take Florida State in this one by a final score of 35-24.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. I'm going to go 38-28. I think Florida State will win. Maryland's been off to a great start, but at the end of the day, they haven't played a team with the athletes that Florida State has, and without their 2 starting corners, Dexter McDougal, Jeremiah Johnson still hurt, I think Florida State makes enough plays to secure a victory.
Well, regardless of what happens to the Terps this weekend, Daniel Gallen will be there to cover it. Be sure to follow him at DanielJTGallen on Twitter for all the updates on the Terps this weekend, and thanks for tuning in.